corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, Kimo Sabe got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. Hey! One way, one way, one way, one way, one way. Coming up on my devotion.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause it's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum, red rum, red rum. Got you fucking scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all steppin', kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cod. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, Kimo Sabe. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up on my devotion.
West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of One West rising to prominent. Cause I be One West to the death till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupon for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm growing them off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's working mama. No marijuana, say I got When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get to the fire. Around with me, and I had a nigga spin like a tire. Down the deep, and I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to ignite, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UPK. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
Yeah. On 44.
All right, clap it up. All right, Shalom Israel. This is Precinct Officer Maya Shiala out of the ISUPK Atlanta under Commanding General Hanna. You know what I'm saying? Straight out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. This school that we at is at 3353 Glenwood Road in Decatur, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? And we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, Christian church, Muslim mosque. If you're not in the ISUPK, you're not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? So one thing that you do want to do is keep checking into the classes. You know what I'm saying? And get into school and get you some protection, man. You ain't got no protection out there. You on your own. So come here and get you some protection, man. And what we do, man, is we teach according to the Bible. We definitely believe and understand that this Bible is our constitution. And this is what we follow, man. Christ followed it. All the great priests and prophets, all the great men and you know what I'm saying, that's in this Bible follow this. Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. So we're gonna do the same thing. My voice is kind of I don't know if y'all can hear me pretty good. If we got anybody online, just tell them put a 1 in the chat if they can hear me pretty decent. All right. Sister Yukar, shalom, sis. All right, shalom, sis. All right, we got one. We're gonna get on our this topic right here. We're talking about. I had to phrase it the way that I had to because I didn't want to get we didn't want to get kicked or flagged or nothing like that, right? So we're talking about the oppressor woman, the white woman. You know, in history of slavery, she's been the innocent one. She's been the one that always, well, it wasn't really me. You know, it was my husband or da 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 da. They say, oh yeah, we might have had a few cases of the oppressive women chasing down our men. But this is what this topic is about. It's about, we're gonna call her the cave woman because she is a cave woman. She walk around outside barefoot, feet dirty, black. Oh man, white women do some nasty things, man. So they are straight out of the cave. I think I've seen on TikTok. Well, I don't know if they were at a wedding or at just some type of event, and they were playing. It's starting to feel a lot like Christmas, and they were eating raw meat, just like it was a damn hamburger, man. They had a big old thick piece of steak. It was like 2 inches. It was like 2 inches thick. That's the kind of stuff that they do, man. They eat raw meat. They eat raw meat. They disgusting, man. I can't think of that stuff they got in the restaurant where it's like chopped up raw meat. I can't think of it. If somebody think of it, put it in the chat for me. It's like tartar. Yeah, that's what it's called. Like, yeah, steak tartar. I done seen horse tartar. I done seen all kind of stuff, man. Like that. That is disgusting. That's when I like my meat cooked all the way through. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like my meat. We're gonna get into it though, man. We're gonna get on this. We're gonna this oppressor woman, this white woman, man. She was not innocent in none of this stuff, man. She was actually, I mean, she was giving the oppressor man a run for his money. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about the white devils, man. You know what I'm saying? She's probably been worse than them. You know what I'm saying? I look. You know what? I'll say she is worth, damn it, because she love them. She done birthed them. She done feed them. She do all that, and she teach them all these evil things. You know what I'm saying? She actually love her oppressor. I mean, that ain't her oppressor. That's our oppressor, but she actually love her husband. But if you look at the history of a white man, he don't love his wife. His wife is like what they call it, a beard. He's really a homosexual. He's really just a homosexual. He don't like his women, man. That's why he would mistreat their women, man. They mistreat them badly. You know what I'm saying? And take everything from them. They've been doing that from the beginning of time. But we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this massive overlooked role of white female slave owners, man. And if y'all got anything y'all want to chime in, go ahead. If any brothers in the room should Shalom Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakathon to the brother, Shamar Alathan Hashem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all got something to say, throw it in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come in, we might have I think the StreamYard may be in the chat. So, just jump on. This is a crazy thing right here. I was doing a little research on it. So here we go. It says the massive overlooked role of female slave owners. It said it's estimated that 40% of slave owners may have been white women. That's a lot of percent. But you got to understand, as it's going to talk about in this article, the 40% were single white women. And the reason why they had to be single is because if they got married, their husband could take everything from them. That was in law. You know what I'm saying? And it took everything from them. So they didn't want to get married. Them being single, 21 white and free with a bunch of Negroes around. Oh, they was in heaven. They was in heaven. They were actually abusing these men. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no man to tell her what to do at all. You know what I'm saying? So it was big business for a woman to to be a single slave owner, which I thought was wild. I thought that was crazy. It said most Americans know that George Washington owned and enslaved people at his Mount Vernon home, but fewer probably know that it was his wife Martha who dramatically increased the enslaved population there. When they were wed in 1759, George may have owned around 18. Martha, one of the richest women in Virginia, owned 84. So she actually owned more than he did. That's a wild thing right there. I didn't know that. But they would try to say that didn't they say George Washington didn't own slaves? Which one was it? Was it George Washington? Or was it yeah, it was George Washington, wasn't it? Yeah, I think that's what it was. They said he didn't own slaves or something like that. I mean, we know better than that. But yeah, they all own slaves. So I mean, they all own slaves. But the woman here had more than the man. So this is letting you know. And this is the president at the time. And she's the woman, and she got more slaves than him. You know what I'm saying? The high number of people Martha Washington owned is unusual. But the fact that she owned them is not. A history professor at the University of California, Berkeley, is compiling data on just how many white women owned slaves in the U.S. and in parts of the 1850 and 1860 census data she's studied so far. White women make up 40% of all slave owners. Man, that's a pretty big percent, man. Uh, and they actually have more. Slaveholding parents typically gave their daughters more enslaved people than land, says Jones Rogers. Now that's shocking to me now. So even you get you know how many acres of land you can give your child, but you give them more slaves than land. That's crazy right there. Goodness gracious. So it's a book out there. Y'all can check it out. I was kind of looking into it, but it's called They Were Her Property. It's called White Women as Slave Owners in the American South. It came out around February 2019. What this means is that their very identities of white Southern women are tied to the actual or the possible ownership of other people. White women were active and violent participants in the slave market. They bought, sold, managed, and sought to return the return of enslaved people, man. So when slavery went out, they weren't as innocent, like, oh, we didn't want to enslave you. They wanted slaves back. They wanted. They didn't say, oh, we just feel sorry for you and the babies and no people shit like they show on the movies. They always show the white woman on the movie, the one that's coming to save them and help them and say, no, this is wrong. We shouldn't have you in slavery. You a damn lie. You know what I'm saying? You want them in slavery. So white women were very active and they sought the return of enslaved people in whom they had vested economic interest in. You know what I'm saying? They had an economic interest in these slaves, man. The white women didn't want to give up their slaves, just like none of them wanted to give up their slaves. Only a large number of enslaved people made a woman a better marriage prospect. That's crazy, right? Like I was saying earlier, when a white woman was single and she had a bunch of slaves, she had power because she didn't have a man that she was sharing. She didn't have nobody controlling. She buying, selling slaves. She doing what she do with them. So men be like, oh, look, she got it going on. You know how brothers, y'all have been in the world before. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have seen a woman driving something nice, or she might got a nice house. Hey, look, nice job. She might have a nice job. She might pull up to the store, get out of the little work outfit or something, nice car, whatever. And you like, dang, I want to see what's going on with her. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be like, damn, man, I need to see what's going on with her. She might got it going on. She might, what they say, what they always say, she might have something to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? And then, some brothers just be looking for a come up anyway because they had a bad situation. But still, that's how they were looking at it, like, damn, how many slaves she got? Okay, she got 84. Oh man, I gotta jump on that. I can't let that pass. Do you know what I'm saying? I can't let that one slide. I gotta get her. So once married, as I was saying, white women fought in the courts. So they used to go to courts for their slaves, man. They were going to court to fight for their slaves when they got married. Because like I said, when they got married, they had to bring them all together, right? It says their legal ownership over enslaved people as opposed to their husband's ownership, and often won. From them, slavery was their freedom, Jones Rogers observes in her book. They were her property upends a lot of old scholarship. This book is a crazy book because they go into some really deep history about this and bring out a lot of sources. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna read all the sources. I mean, if I get into something deep or somebody want a source, I can give it to them. But for example, previous scholars have urged that most Southern white women didn't buy, sell, or inflict violence on enslaved people because this was considered improper for them. But Jones Rogers argues that white women were actually trained to participate from a very young age. So they birthing them. They birthing these white. Look, man, just like they do in the white homes right now today. They birthing them kids to be little racist punks, man. Think them little kids ain't saying nigga and don't know what a slave is. Like I said, I keep going to social media because everything on social media. Man. One of the instances where a little young white boy came, knocked on a lady door, asked for a son. He had like a whip or some shit. He had like a whip. Yeah, he came to the door with a whip. Like, damn, where you get that whip from? See what's going. You had to get it out of his house. He didn't go on Amazon and buy that. That little boy was like 5, 6 years old. So he's learning these things in his house, man. He's learning these things, man. See, black people are different. See, we in here trying to build our nation and do this in our houses and trying to do the right thing and come back to the Lord, man. White people are training they kids to put our kids back in slavery, man. Damn the white man. Tell you, damn the white man. He's an evil bastard, man. So let's keep going. They were taught that at a young age. He said their exposure to the slave market, and mind you, like I said, go ahead, Adawan. Go ahead.
I was going to say, that's why, outside, you can't go ahead and teach your kids. Let them how to defend themselves.
Right. Damn right.
All that being passive,
forgive.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
I hate that. It's like, man,
Yeah.
like, they be showing you videos where the kids be fighting school, like,
Yeah.
so, like,
Especially-
being so sissified.
Espe-
Especially these boys.
Oh yeah, that's the Christian church.
Like, hey, look, I'm trying to be a single parent,
Yeah.
a single platform.
Oh, them daddies be punks too now. I mean, them daddies be punks too now. You Christian, hey, there's a lot of Christian punks out there that don't want their kids getting into no confrontation. Man, your kid gonna get into some confrontation.
Right, because for me, I would put my son, and that's what, if I had a son, I'd have him learn how to fight, how to defend himself.
Yeah.
You little white boy, you come to my door with a whip, I'm gonna win my son, I'm gonna send
Yeah,
my son out there and whip yo,
Exactly.
whoop yo.
Yeah. Put your kids in boxing. Put your kids in wrestling, martial arts. You know what I'm saying? Taekwondo, MMA. Shit. Just show them how to kick it. Hey, get in there and spar with them in the house. Like bam, 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 bam. Teach them to put them dukes up if you need to, man. Yeah. That's why your kids so soft, man. Damn. Look, you ain't got to teach them the laundry and dishes right now. Teach them how to defend themselves. That's gonna come later. Yeah. Yeah. Teach him how to sort his colors from his darks and his whites later. That's something that can wait. That's gonna come with time. But teach him how to defend himself, man. When he get out there at the school, them dishes in that laundry ain't gonna save him. You know what I'm saying? Now doing a couple push-ups, couple sit-ups at night. Buy him a punching bag. Yeah, there you go. Go buy him a punching bag. No, I didn't. No, I'm just. That's what I'm saying. Buy him a. Now I'm thinking about my little boy. I'm like, damn, I should have bought him a punching bag. You know, you get him boxing gloves. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Should have got your kids damn punching bag, man, or a damn nightstick or something. You know what I'm saying? We got anybody on there? Oh, what's going on, sis? Shabbar all the time about you have a shot. What's going on, sis? Elder Charles, what's going on, Elder? What's going on, Mr. Charles? All right, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, buy your kids a damn punching bag, man. Damn. And look, you know, shit. Not for the boy. Don't go get him that cop suit, that cop set. Oh my God. The handcuffs and don't go get him that, man. We don't want to see the kids with that, man. Go get him a punching bag, man. Y'all go get him. Look, y'all go get him a football, basketball, all that, man. Just get him a punching bag too. You never know. He might want to punch on something. He might want to release some stress. Which is okay, you know. We all oppressed, even our kids. You know what I'm saying? You don't think them white women? And see, and that's why I like bringing out stuff like this. And like I say, this is why I love the history class, to bring out white women and what they do. Because who's in your classrooms right now? Who's in your children's classrooms? White women. They are horrible. You gotta be careful around these white women, man. Oh yeah, that's how they do. They act so innocent. Oh, nothing. And then your kid come home like, mama, you know what the teacher said to me today? I couldn't eat my own damn snack. And you like, what? What'd she say? Then you call on the phone. No, it just wasn't at the time, was not right. Look, we send her to school with a snack for the snack. Shit. Damn, if I didn't care about her having a snack, I'd wait till she got home. But I send her to school for a snack because she needs to eat a snack. What's wrong with eating a snack? Ain't nothing but, what would you get them little packs? You get like 5, 6 gummies in a pack. Let the kid eat the damn gummies, man. But them y'all better watch them white women at the school, man. I'm telling you. That's why that's why I think the Most High for the ISUPK, man, so we can do this history and bring it out to our people, man. All right, let's keep going. Ooh-wee. It says, what was that? It says their exposure to slave market is not something that begins in adulthood. It begins in their homes when they're little girls, sometimes infants, when they're given enslaved people as a gift. What the hell is an infant gonna do with a slave? I mean,
Come on, man.
but see, this one right here is gonna build up to the one that I kind of told you about, the, with the mammy and the picky nanny and stuff like that. Because one thing that the white woman did with the infant, with the slave for the infant, they would try to get the slave woman to try to have they'll find a slave woman to have a baby around the same time they did, and they'll take the slave woman out and feed, and so she can feed their child. You know what I'm saying? So you was pretty much given a slave at this point. So you start off with it, because white women don't mess. They don't want to mess up their little perky tatas. You know what I'm saying? They don't want no baby sucking on them. You know what I'm saying? Black women like, yeah, I want my baby to. Hey, we worry about that later. The white woman, she want to keep that 10-year-old boy shape. She do not want to lose it. She don't want to lose that shape, man. That's a wild thing. So look, the enslaved infant was given people as gifts, she said. Citing interviews with formerly enslaved people, that the Works Progress Administration, a New Deal agency, conducted in the 1930s. This was in the 1930s, people. It ain't too long ago. Jones Rogers shows that parts of white children's training and plantation management involved beating enslaved people. So they were training these kids to let them beat the slave. Let them go out there and beat the slave. And these are actual quotes from the research this lady has done. She said it didn't matter whether the child was large or small. One woman told the WPA. The WPA is the Works Progress Administration. She said they always beat you till blood ran down. So they'll bring a little kid out there, barely can walk, barely can pick up a goddamn whip, and let you beat a grown black person till you bleed. They got a bloodthirst, man. They like that type of stuff at a young age. They like that type of stuff at a young age. That's why the little kids always say to their white mom, Mom, I'll unalive you, Mom. You better shut up and get back in your room. That's what he tell. That's what he tell her. You better shut up and get back in your room. And she's like, all right, Billy. All right. You can have the cookies, man. Shut up, Mom. Hey, they'll do that quick, but they got a bloodthirst. You know what I'm saying? They'll kill their mom over some cookies. That might be my next thing, man. That might be my next thing, man. Yeah, let me write that down. Matter of fact, before I forget it. Well, I got it on record, so it's all good. But yeah, I might have to do something on that one. It says go ahead.
Like, quick. That's why them white women, that's why they were teaching that raw bloody meat.
Yeah, there you go. They got a bloodthirst, man. How you sit there and eat just a raw piece of meat? Mm. Well, I'm telling you, they didn't ate Negroes and everything, man. They didn't ate it. They don't. It's nothing else. That's why they want to go out to space so bad. It's nothing else here that they want to do. They didn't conquer everything. All right, yeah. Fuck it. I don't even want to eat cooked meat no more. I just eat some raw meat. I don't want to drink water. I just drink pee. That's oh, it's more vitamins in pee. I think I just start drinking pee for now. They nasty, man. They dirty. Do you see some of the food? I know all y'all got social media like me. I'm new to social media, man. But the stuff I see on there is outrageous. Do you see the stuff these white people be cooking? These white women, like, what are you doing? But hey, that's what we're dealing with, man. Y'all just be careful. Y'all be careful. We're gonna get more to it. It says, as adults, white women were often tore black women away from their babies so they could nurse the white mistress's baby instead. That's a crazy thing. So why you thinking the white woman was being all nice and sweet to the black woman and saying, "Oh, I hate you going through this type of thing. Oh, I just hate slavery. We're gonna try to get it abolished." She's taking the woman from her baby to feed her damn baby, man. Because they ain't got nothing in them, man. They know they don't have nothing in there. You done produce a little wimp. He's a wimp. And you look out there in that field and you see all them strong, tall Negroes out there. You like, oh my God. What is she doing? That black woman y'all got, whoa, y'all know how to have them big old fat babies, man. Y'all know how to feed them babies, man. White woman don't know how to do that. She can barely take her damn self, man. We got a few comments on there tomorrow, so I see them popping up a little bit. But yeah, y'all wanna tune in, y'all can. But yeah, man. So I'll let you read the comments before I get down. Go.
Must be figures that they use our people breastfeed our own children. However, we should breastfeed our own children.
Bro, they were snatching them from us, man. They were snatching our own babies so they could do their thing. You know what I'm saying? And you know the baby gonna stay on you because that's where it's getting its nutrients from. So you gotta wing the white baby. That was crazy. That's crazy. Go ahead. What you got? Yeah. Oh yeah, they hate their kids, man. White women hate their kids, man. Why you think you hear so many stories? What she got? Oh, I thought she said something. Oh my, yeah. See what I'm saying? See what I'm talking about? Sir? He ain't eat no placenta, man. That's crazy. But yeah, white women hate their kids, man. That's why they load them up in the car and take them down by the river. They take them down by the river. Who's that? Halakaman, Shalom, Yabashim. Hey, Lord Christ, what's going on, warrior? Strong warrior right there. Got that Hebrew Academy going. I know he like, oh, I know he can barely pick up the remote and turn on the channel. He's like, oh my God. Nah, that's a warrior right there, man. That's a warrior right there. That's a damn sure warrior. Okay. All right, let's keep going, y'all. This is crazy. It says, so as adults, white women often tore black women away from the baby so they could nurse the white mistress baby instead. To this end, white women placed thousands of advertisements in newspapers looking for enslaved, they call them wet nurses, right? And well, I thought wet nurse was like a, because I've seen some movies and they say like a person that had your baby, they call it catching babies. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I was watching this movie and the girls saying catching baby. I was like, what the hell is she talking about catching babies? So catching babies was the black woman knew how to make get the baby out of there the right way. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we've seen instances to this day, right now. Didn't a white girl just go to jail for breaking, look, how many babies' arms and legs and all kind of shit? We don't need them pulling our babies out, man. We need our own. They can't even trust their own people, man. They can't even trust their own people, but we want to trust them because we think white is right. These motherfuckers, these folks are evil. Man, you gotta learn, man, damn right. Get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? Get out of damn hand. You gotta come here and learn who your enemy is, man. You like that white woman keep smiling in your face all you want to. She is the devil. The devil, man. But yeah, so yeah, we've had instances that with that right now where the white girl is breaking the baby's arm. It was one down here in Atlanta. They pulled a whole head off a damn baby. Black couple they had, and I think she got off with it too. I'll have to look that one up. But yeah, they pulling the head. Who pulled the baby out? Oh my god. Yeah, she supposed to be delivering the baby and pull the head off the damn baby, man. That's ridiculous. I mean, hey, look, man, our people, man, answer me this, man. If y'all can answer me this, how much more of this trauma and this abuse are we gonna continue to take? How much more? How much longer y'all want to go through this, man? All you gotta do is separate, man. That's it. Go ahead, Adawan.
Now, hearing all this, you know, and because we're bringing up so heavy, and you got people that Christians think they're gonna come to a kingdom with us. You think they're gonna share power with us?
Right.
You think they're gonna come in?
No, right. No.
You gotta say people you want next to you.
Yeah. You want that one good white homegirl, a homeboy in the kingdom with you. Y'all still want to let motherfuckers come to the cookout, man? No.
And you wonder why most times when we bring it out, you get mad at us and we say the most high about to destroy it. People got to go.
They gotta go. They got to go. They gotta go. But this same thing y'all take us through, y'all gotta go through it first. Y'all ain't getting out that easy. Y'all ain't getting out that easy. You gotta go, but you ain't getting out that easy, man. We gotta. God wouldn't be just if y'all didn't go in slavery. If white folks didn't go in slavery, the Lord he wouldn't be just. Man. But he's just, man. So y'all gotta get that get back, man. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait. All you white people that's out there listening, and y'all listen up good. Look, they got a bunch of deals on on fitness places where you can go train at, right? Hey, go get your membership before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? We don't need you fit out there. We're gonna have heavy chains on you. So just make sure you go get a good fitness. I don't think what's the purple and gold place that everybody go to? What's that fitness place called? Planet Fitness. Don't go there. Don't go there. Go to the World Gym where they got a full Olympic swimming pool. They got all the ellipticals that you can have. All the weights, all the heavy weights. We don't want nothing light. Don't go to them little small gyms that everybody got. I need you to get in shape, man. I need you in shape. You know what I'm saying? What you say? There was a sister that did it?
Oh, man.
Oh, damn. I thought it was oppressive. Whoa.
Oh, man. That's even worse.
Yeah, that's even right. That's even worse. That's even worse right there, man. Ooh-wee. Now, I didn't know there was a sister. That's still wild. You know what I'm saying? Let me see where we at. So they were called wet nurses to feed their own children, and they created a huge market for enslaved black women who had recently given birth. So this became a market. When a woman had got pregnant and she had her baby, you was high value now, because now they got to match you up with somebody that got a baby, so you can feed that baby. And it says, while these white women want black women to nurse their children, one complained she felt like continuously having children and continuously nursing her children made her a slave to her children. That's an actual quote. So these white people, they don't want to have children and feed them because they say, "Oh, now I'm a slave to my own children." What do you expect? You keep having children, but you want to have children to pass them on to somebody else. You've been doing it your whole life. You don't want to take care of your own children. That's why the whole feminist movement started, because you didn't want to be in the house. You didn't want to obey your man, but you had to because he was gonna beat your ass. White man was gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So, and you didn't have no skills. You couldn't work. You couldn't do nothing. None of that. You couldn't cook. You couldn't clean because you had a slave in there doing it for you. You couldn't do nothing. Go ahead, sir. Of course. Yeah, it still happens to the day. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Of course, the first thing a white woman wants to do is go get a nanny. Hey, look, it start with you just finding somebody to clean your house. Maybe once or twice a week. Maybe once or twice a week. Then, you ask her what else she can do. Well, we'll pay you more. And that's all you hear. Well, we'll pay you more. The next thing you know, you over there shit. A couple times a month now. Going more and more and more. Now she's asking you to do more and more and more and more. And you're doing it, the next thing you know, bam. All over because you chasing that dollar, man. You done turned to a maid. Then that's when the disrespect come in. So where you been? Yeah, you like, man, hold on, wait. Look, I'm tired of coming here cleaning your house, working for you, this and that. You know, then her husband started looking at you like, oh, who is the maid? We start pushing up on him because you know he like that. You know that was all through slavery. You know he like pushing up on that. They start touching your hair and, oh, is that real? How did you get your hair like that? So they do all that crap. All right, let me keep going, man. It's crazy. So they would look for they were marking for enslaved black women who had recently given birth. While these women, why did these white women want black women to nurse their children? Okay, I read that. All right, it says some black women reported in WPA interviews that their mothers would always give birth around the same time as the white mistress, suggesting that these mistresses were also orchestrating the sexual assault on enslaved women. Yes, they were. So they looking like, whoa, I'm pregnant. Somebody need to make her pregnant because when I had this baby, she needs to take care of my baby. That's what was actually going on. So in some cases, she wouldn't go get another slave to have a baby by the woman slave. She wouldn't go get a brother slave to have a baby by a woman slave. She'll orchestrate her husband. Yes, have sex with her. I need a baby. Somebody got to take care of this baby, or we're gonna have to go find somebody. You're gonna have to go buy a slave, which is gonna cost more money. You're gonna have to buy a slave that's already pregnant so she can come in and take care of the baby for them. So they would want them to get pregnant around the same time. So she would want to have a slave around the same. She would want to have a slave pregnant around the same time she was pregnant. It's crazy. Yeah. They getting there. So because she would go crazy. You know what I'm saying? She would go crazy. She don't want that baby sucking on that nipple, that little bitty pink nipple. That ain't nothing. Hey, that baby need that big old. She need that big old prune nipple. She need to get the milk. Hey, look, that's a lot of milk coming out. That ain't nothing coming out them little white pink nipples. Ain't nothing coming out of that. All right. So they would actually orchestrate some of the sexual occurrences. So it wasn't necessarily these white women were actually orchestrating this thing too, man. That's crazy. They had a crazy thing to do with it. It says the violence between enslaved people that they own in hopes of producing children from those acts to sexual violence. says white women also fought to maintain the wealth and free labor that slavery provided them through the Civil War. As Union troops made their way through the South, freeing enslaved people, white women would move enslaved people further from the soldiers' path. One woman, Martha Gibbs, even took enslaved people to Texas and forced them to work for her at gunpoint until 1866, a year after slaves' formal uh, abolition. Man, that's crazy. This lady took her slaves to Texas and made her work at gunpoint. Man, you see that? Look at this. That's crazy. There's more horror stories too. We're gonna get to them though. It says after the Civil War, Southern white women sought to recreate slavery through what is it? What is it? Exploitative work contracts. Some also wrote books portraying the institution of slavery as very gentle. The most famous being Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. I ain't never seen Gone with the Wind. I thought that was a movie for women. I didn't know it was I didn't know it was about slavery. You know it was about slavery, out of one? I ain't never watched it. Yeah, I mean, I ain't never watched it. I just don't know. I've heard it. Yeah, I just heard about it. It's like that's like hearing a movie called Brokeback Mountain. I ain't gonna. I heard of it. Sound like a gay movie. So I just thought Gone with the Wind sound like a movie for women. So I just never watched it. It said a woman born 35 years after abolition, yet as Jones Rogers urges in her book, it was not only white women ideological and sentimental connections to slavery that made them defend it. Scarlett O'Hara would have been protecting her economic interest too, man. So that's what they were fighting for, economic interest. So it was that, but they were having sex with the male slaves. They make a bunch of excuses. On what happened, what went down. We're gonna get into it a little bit. Where am I down? Hold on, 1 second. I'm trying to keep it together. All right, yeah, we're gonna get down to that. Okay. So it's down to the side. All right, we'll keep rolling. All right, so let's get into it a little bit, man. This one go into a little bit more depth about sexual relations. It says sexual relations between elite white women and enslaved men in the antebellum South. A social historical analysis. So this is a whole analysis, man. They got a lot of sources on it. I must try to skip through it because I don't want to read the analysis and stuff like that. As far as the numbers and all that, I really want to stick to the parts because it'll hold us up a little bit. I really want to skip to the parts that I think we need to hear. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. The numbers do matter, you know what I'm saying, but. Yeah. All right. It says there is ample evidence sexual relations from rapes to what appear to be relatively symbolic romantic partnerships between white slave masters and black women in the antebellum South. Much rarer were sexual relations between white women and black men. That's what they say. Yet they too occur using an intersectional social historical analysis. This paper explores the factors that contributed or may have contributed to the sexual encounters between elite white women and slave men, the power dynamics embedded in them, and their implication in terms of social consent. The paper demonstrates how upper class white women who engage in these relations use sex as an instrument of power, simultaneously perpetuating both white supremacy and patriarchy. So that's just the abstract. Just let us know, like, man, this is this is some real data that they pulled up, or they pulled up the best data that they could. It's a lot to it um, um, for this analyst, but we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. It says according to slave Harriet Jacobs, this is actual information. It's an author of Incidents in the Life of a Slave Girl. This is in 1861. So y'all can look these books up, man. If y'all want to get more to it, you can. It says the slave girl is raised in an atmosphere of fear. The lash and the foul talk of her master and his sons are her teachers. When she was 14 or 15, her owner or his sons or the overseer or perhaps all of them began to bribe her with presents. If these fail to accomplish their purpose, she is whipped and starved into submission to their will. So they try to butter you up first, or as I could say, is what pedophiles like to do. They're dealing with a 14, 15-year-old girl. Is they try to groom it. They're grooming her a little bit. They're giving her presents. They're trying to give you a chance to, hey, look, we like what we see. They pedophiles, and we got some presents for you. You might got a doll for a bike, something. But she like, no, because she see it coming. So you got the sons, you got the slave owner doing it. You got the sons doing it, and whoever's overseeing the slave quarters. You know what I'm saying? So they got all that going. And they said if these failed to accomplish their purpose, she was whipped and starved into submissions to their will. So they gonna starve her. If they want to have sex with her, this little girl, they want to have sex with her, they gonna starve her and whip her into submission. So she's already terrified because she knows what they're capable of doing. You know what I'm saying? So we know this about the oppressor, man. It says Jacob's account of the sexual violence endured by slave women is merely one of many, although it is impossible to know exactly how many black women were sexually assaulted under slavery. Such abuse was widespread. Right. That was a big account. Everybody knows how that does, how white men work as far as dealing with slave women, which I think it's somewhere in this article, it'll tell you the women knew that the men were having sex with the slave men, for raping the slave men. They didn't care, man. They didn't care. They didn't care about none of that. All they care about destroying our people for their financial gain. And they still doing it to this day. Just look around you, man. Look around you, man. Half these brothers that go get with these white women, they be broke in 2-3 years. They be broke in 2-3 years, man. I remember Adrian Peterson, didn't he like white women? He like white women. I think he made $100 million playing football, man. Now the big waterhead nigga broke. 100 million? Man, that should last you, your kids, kids. Man, that should have been generational wealth right there. Yeah. Oh my God. He was a billionaire. Mess with a white nanny and she just took everything from him. Now he loop-de-loop, he crazy. They got throwing him off as crazy. That's it. She went. Yeah. She went and got hit. She went and got. We talking about Tiger Woods. But she went and got her a white man after that. She did her job. She did what her nation wanted to do. Then Kanye, he just can't get it. He can't get. He was a billionaire too. Good. OJ, look at the downfall of the white woman. Y'all don't see this? This ain't no coincidence. This is a pattern, man. Hey, Charles Barkley gonna be next, man. Interracial marriage is your destruction, man. And it's a sin according to the Lord. So don't do it. I would just don't do it. Don't do it, man. I mean, go ahead, Ottawa.
I'm thinking that that's not the law.
Yeah, yeah. And these Negroes just don't learn. These Negroes just don't learn. I don't get it. I'll be like, damn, that happened? Oh, shit, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing that, man. That is crazy, man. But yeah, we get destroyed all the time. You know what I'm saying? Leave them white women alone, man. Y'all gonna learn sooner or later. This says, or before the Lord come destroy y'all, you want to be in the bed with, he just gonna destroy both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
You know, you go to court with they go to court,
Mm-hmm.
you know, judge them got for their own people.
Of course.
So, you know, why would you even think about being trying to marry? Like, man, your life is not going to be better.
Yeah. That white judge gonna get that white woman all your assets. He gonna leave all them cars and houses you got. He probably gonna leave you with one. And she gonna get ordered to have the kids. So now you gotta pay her $50,000 a month in child support. On top of giving her that settlement that you had. Do Dr. Dre got a white woman? Didn't she just take a bunch of money from him? Golly, man. Damn, brothers. Hey, anybody know any more? Anybody know any brothers got done dirty like that messing with a white woman, man? Y'all can put it in the chat, man. Throw the name out there. That's crazy. What's that one you used to play for the Texas Longhorns, man? No. Yeah, he played football. He was cold with it. Man, he was a cold runner. Number 34. Hold on, I'm finna look it up. This chump right here. Yeah, Reggie Williams. This chump right here. He done lost all his money on weed anyway. This chump go get his name changed to the white woman name. How much of a simp can you be? He said, I want to do it different. There's a different tradition. Instead of her taking my name, I'm going to take her name. You is a big old punk. You had to be high out your mind when you came up with that. You had to be high out your mind. You could at least say, okay, I'll take your name. But let me keep mine too. Let me add you like something. This she gonna sit there and watch him blow all his money. She gonna encourage him. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Yeah, yeah. Got some more green stuff for you. What's his name again? Yeah, we got some more green for you, Wiki. I'm like, okay, baby, thank you. Yeah, thank you. High as hell. And she emptying his bank account. He don't even know it. Man, he looking bad right now, man. I feel sorry for that brother, man. But when you're on them drugs, man, that's the type of shit happens. But all right, let me get back to these devils, man. These white women devils. It says not all sexual encounters between master and female slaves will be considered rape, according to most definitions of the term. What was it? Concubinage type arrangements. Yeah, see how they played it off? And even long-term romantic partnerships. Not relationships, partnerships. That's like a friend with benefits. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Like, damn, that's my homie, that's my home girl. You know, I mean, every time she come around, I know I can get a piece of that. That's what that is right there. Romantic partnerships, perhaps most famously that of Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemingson, were known to exist. Yet many scholars would agree that even presumably affectionate and long-term relationships must be reconsidered given the extent of slavery. It says the erroneous imbalance of gender and racial power between the two parties. Let's see. Let me skip that a little bit. All right, it says consensual romantic relationship between the slave master and his female slave. These so-called consensual this is like sexual partnerships can be seen like rape as an exercise in white patriarchal authority. Then it goes into why these women choose to sexually abuse. Probably varied by situation. Perhaps some of them were simply bored or sexually frustrated. So now it's going into why some of these women were having sex with these brother slaves, or they were forcing themselves on them, man. They were forcing themselves. Them brothers, this thing wasn't just like, yeah, let's get it on. You know what I'm saying? What time we got? Okay. What's wrong? Okay. It says, but of a sexual relation between planter class white woman and slave men, under the conditions did they occur? Okay. It says in the case of white women and black men, when came use and intersectional analysis to better understand the way in which elite Southern white women use oppressive gendered notions of female purity and sexual service to maintain racial hierarchy. So then it goes into how the woman, how it actually started. So we're gonna get into a little bit of how it started, because how they portray it as a woman in disguise, like a prisoner in disguise. You know what I'm saying? She's a prisoner in her home. She can't do anything. This is where the feminist movement come from. She's a prisoner in her home. She got these kids. She don't want to take care of these little waterhead motherfuckers, little white boys. She don't want to take care. She don't want to take care of them. She don't want to feed them. They running around the house. They pissing and shitting, and they doing what little white kids do. They talking back. They talking back to her because they hear the daddy talking back, and all kind of stuff, man. That white woman was not respected in the house at all. At least I know back in the slave quarters, if a little slave boy did get out of hand, a little brother did get out of hand, the daddy would say, all right, hey, you better sit your ass down somewhere. Well, he probably didn't, you know what I'm saying, took care of that already, you know what I'm saying? But we don't let our kids do that and run rampant and run crazy. No, we don't do that. That's just not our thing. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to how they were trying to disguise the women as they were so innocent. So, all right, let's get into it. It says, as guardians of the home, planter class white women were responsible for upholding traditional Christian values and keeping peace within the domestic sphere. As such, they were valued for their homemaking abilities. I don't know what the hell that was. Maternal instinct, and perhaps above all else, their virtue. As one letter to the South Carolinian periodical geared toward young women put it. So they saying they got virtue. They virtuous women. Oh man. They in the book of Proverbs. They reading, they Christian, they virtue. They virtuous woman. Oh, what is a virtuous woman? They thinking they virtuous, man. All right, that's how they upheld them like that. This is what they say. This is a quote. I'm gonna read a few quotes and then we'll get into it. It says, as guardians of if a female possesses beauty, wealth, and in short, all the accomplishments which wealth and can purchase, without virtue she is nothing worth. Her accomplishments may be admired by some for a little while, it is true, but she will never be truly esteemed. Permit me to ask, which would you rather have? Virtue without accomplishments or accomplishments without virtue? And that was a quote they threw out there. Let's see. It says, women were seen as physically and intellectually inferior to men, but much more pious, pure, and moral. So that's how they was. They was just put up on a pedestal, man. And they were just pure, white and pure, and had all the morals. But you're gonna get into some of these stories. That is far from it. That is far from it. All right. Let me see. Okay, it says I'm gonna read this last quote. It says, if you want to be fully convinced of the abominations of slavery, go to the south, go to the southern plantation and call yourself a Negro trader. Then there will be no concealment, and you will see you will see and hear things that will seem to you impossible among human beings with immoral souls. And then it says, white women's sexuality was heavily regulated by law as well as by culture. Adultery was considered a greater offense for women than for men and was punished more harshly. Giving birth out of wedlock was considered much more of a social problem for white women than for anyone else. You know what they mean by out of wedlock. Y'all didn't jump the broom. But you know, in here we learn that sex is marriage according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Those are not our words, but that's according to the Bible. Sex is marriage. But if they didn't jump the broom and get a ring and have a big wedding and cake and icing and dress up like a Snow White and a penguin, you know what I'm saying? They didn't call that marriage. Okay. All right, I'm gonna skim through some of these because I got a long one coming up. It says, the type served to highlight the alleged superiority to white womanhood. By the extension, whiteness. Observe, if plantation mistresses could live above reproach, their husbands, fathers, sons, and brothers could boast of the superiority of their civilization. The selling influence of slavery must not touch the woman, the upper class, lest the entire structure crumble. All right. It says, I'm going to read this one. It says, coupled with the notion of elite white female sexual virtue was that of white female vulnerability. The idea that plantation wives and daughters needed to be protected, defended, and sheltered, framing from in this way, served as a means of patriarchal control, as political science Iris Young explains. So, okay, that's what I'm saying. Let's get into statistics and stuff like that. All right, let me skip this page. Yeah, let me skip that page. Get to some good stuff. It says sex between white women and male slaves and overview. The fact that affairs between planter class women and slaves were relatively common and surprising. White women in the South were sexually restricted as compared to their male counterparts. In the 19th century, contraceptive techniques were not nearly effective or accessible enough to ward off the possibility of pregnancy. Still, sexual contact between white women and black men did occur in the slave-holding societies, more often than perhaps many are aware. The following is a list of factors that did or may have contributed to the such relations. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I didn't think they had contraceptives back then. I didn't think they had contraceptives, but they did. And hold on, let me see if I can get to them. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get to them. I'm gonna read a paragraph before, but I didn't know they had condoms back then. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know they had condoms, man. They were different type. They, like I said, the contraceptive wasn't, as they should be, but the white woman would mess with the black slave, and that was one of the ways that she would use to help cover it up. You know what I'm saying? They had that, and they, of course they had abortions, but that's why they was getting away with it a lot, because they were using some type of contraceptive, or just aborting the baby before the slave owner found out. All right, it says, first, even though the sexuality of Southern white women was, as slated, heavily regulated, it says women were not entirely sexual repressed, as one might assume. According to the historian Elizabeth Fox, slaveholding culture emphasized control of female sexuality. It did not deny its existence. she says that white women had a striking lack of neurotic inhibition like their husbands. Southern women had pre and extra marital sex, though not as often. So they was out there being they was out there being whores. Like they do today. Yeah, that's their damn nature. They out there being whores like they normally are. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Where we at? Okay, we're gonna get into the contraception now. It says that the dangers of having sexual relations with a black man rather than a white man were erroneous. In terms of the possibility of producing a mixed race child. However, although birth control and abortion methods in the 19th century were not as widely used, safe, or accessible as they are today. Hey, Lord Christ, Shalom, y'all, what you thought? It says, accessible as they were, accessible as they are today, they existed. Condoms made out of animal skin. Here go the condoms, Officer Barzal. They got condoms made out of animal skin, membrane, animal skin, animal membrane, oil, silk, and rubber were used along with other contraceptive techniques to prevent the pregnancy. These white women knew what they was doing. They was going there with them black slaves and giving them a condom and giving them something and protecting themselves. You know what I'm saying? But they wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let's get to it. What you got?
Sound like college.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that sounds just like one of them brothers go to Alabama. And them white girls everywhere. Them white girls, they throw them at you. Goodness. And don't score no touchdown. Or don't be the quarterback or the running back. Oh man, you finna get coochie. You finna have white coochie coming out your ears, man. Oh, it's over with. Dog hair everywhere. Yeah, dog hair everywhere. Smelling like a dog pound. You know what I'm saying? Smelling like a dog pound everywhere, man. So, yeah, bro. Hey, you know how to shoot that basketball, dunk a basketball too, man. They gonna be at your feet. Yeah, they gonna be at your feet, man. Black woman, she gonna be like, nah, she gonna be kind of. I don't know about the sister these days. I don't know, but back then sisters play a little hard to get. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they playing too much. They can't be playing too much hard to get now with what our sisters wearing, man. Y'all gotta come on, sisters. God, dog. Yeah, y'all gotta stick by, but y'all ain't gotta show so much, man. Oh, I mean, we went to the homecoming, man. There's chicks everywhere. Go ahead.
It's the test is more obvious than ever.
What?
That it's the test. What's the war for wicked men and wicked women?
Oh yeah.
Be a wicked man or not. Like it's super obvious what you're getting into.
It's obvious. Oh my God. Yeah, nah, you're right. You're damn right, because it's super obvious, man. These women don't understand. It comes to the point to where we ain't no brothers looking for nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? They not. They looking for a good time and they trying to get up out of it. And then y'all stuck with a baby, and now y'all got baby mama drama, baby daddy drama. Y'all don't know what's going on because y'all didn't take the time to even get to know each other, or you didn't take the time to put some clothes on. And y'all know how it go. Let me see. So they would use these contraceptives to not get caught. It says go ahead. What's that? Damn. Who invented it? A brother invented it. Now I want to know who invented it. Who? Charles Goodyear. Damn. Ain't nothing but old freak. He black or white? Ah, man. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. he was sticking so much penis in our sisters in slavery. He was trying to like, man, I'm having too many babies, man. I gotta stop this somehow. He looked over there at that tire and said, Or he seen like he might have some residue come out. He was like, oh shit, I can make it. Go ahead. He was like, I could make a condom out of that. God, good night. Go ahead.
It was only, that's like 10 years after the Civil War. Like 10 years
Mhm.
after. So everybody's illegitimate kids all of a sudden got rights and stuff like
Right?
that.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, oh shit. Yeah, exactly. Hold on. Wait. We can't go. It can't go down like this. You know what I'm saying? It can't go down like this. But yeah, so they had the contraceptive popping. They had the abortions and stuff like that going on. But the white woman went to a bigger extent to hide it because it was most shameful for her to be pregnant by a slave, when she held up to this high standard. The men, she already knew what her husband was out there doing. Wasn't no secret. The slave, he was going right down the hallway. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no secret for them. But it said for much of the 19th century, abortion was largely unregulated. My bad, Osalakia, and it was not limited to poor immigrant black women, upper class and middle class white women to have abortion. This would have allowed white women to have affairs with black men with some level of confidence that they would not get caught. Man. So that was planned. That's what I'm saying. This is research, man. They knew they wasn't gonna get caught. Man. They knew they could go out there and do their thing, man. Yeah.
That sound like college.
Yeah, that sound like college. They gotta hide it from the dad. You know what I'm saying? They gotta hide it from the dad, man. She want that football player. She want that boy. Yeah. She don't want Tom. Tom. She gonna want Tom down the line. Because Tom is gonna be a business executive, probably in the stock market. Tom gonna be making that paper, man. But right now, Tom is the black man probably over here eating better than Tom right now because he's getting all the gifts from playing football or basketball. Right now, they done really messed it up for him now because they giving them NIL deals. Oh man, college players making millions. They're making millions, man. Go ahead.
One thing that I have noticed is that sometimes there's like a culture, at least like our tribe,
Mm-hmm.
like the lockdown, where you like you can't really move and have fun, but you want to move and have fun. They always chance to like blow up some drama, but they try to make it public, and that's like half the reason why I think athletes do get with a sister. It's always somebody that's already known in the public for like now.
Yeah, so you kind of like saying, so, all right. So, like with a black woman ain't gonna let you do all that. Is that what you kind of saying? A black woman ain't gonna let you do all that stuff you do. So she gonna per se have some type of restrictions on you. You know what I'm saying? And a white woman gonna let you. She don't care. She wants to have fun and all the threesomes and stuff too. Them white women, they love kissing girls, and man, don't let me get started on white women. But they all gay. But what is that? What you talking about? Like, with a,
More so just talking about like, yeah, like they don't, unless you like really like break it down to explain, you explain why it makes sense.
mm-hmm.
You don't know the difference between.
Oh no, not at that young age. Nah, they don't see that. They don't see that going nowhere, man. They don't see that going nowhere. Especially if you get with a good woman that got some sense, you're gonna have to have some sense for y'all to keep each other and stay together. Because that money will pull you apart, man. Having fun, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You know how many times my wife done threatened to leave me, trying to go out to the club and have fun when I was in the world like that? Man, please. No, what you going out there for? It must be something you want out there. You keep going out there. No, I just want to listen to some music or something. Man. chill with the homies, do something. Them black women ain't going for that shit. Everything you got is shit. Yeah. Nah, that's how it is though, man. You gonna have a black woman. She's not gonna let her man just go wild. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got some cases where sisters do, but for the most part, the white woman is gonna let you have fun because that's how she wants to have. It's fun. That's what this is talking about right here. Yeah, that's what this is talking about right here also. So, all right, let's get back into it. You got any questions? Go ahead. But we getting into what you got?
I was listening online, but I wasn't able to write down any of the articles.
Oh, the one that I'm on now is called the sexual relations between elite white women and enslaved. I can email it to you if you want me to. But if you want to look at it off of this, you can. But it's a sexual relationship here. Just gonna grab it. No sweat. All right. Hey, look, it's a good article. It's a good article. Got a lot of information. So, all right, let's keep going. It says additional and upper class women under suspicion of an affair with a slave could really invoke images of chastity in order to ally trouble for herself. In other words, accuse the slave of rape because black men, like black women, were seen as inherently lustful and prone to sexual vice. For an elite woman to have illicit sex with a black rather than a white man might have been a slightly safer bet. It was easier to blame a black man of rape than a white man. Hey, Shalom, y'all stop. Yeah, so we just getting into this article a little bit more about sex between white women and black slaves, and just showing how diabolical they was, man. They was, I mean, we kind of know for the most part how it was going down, but let's go into a little bit depth of it because it happened a lot more than we think it had. You get what I'm saying? And they actually, when I get more into it, they were actually okaying it. They actually really, really okay it. You know what I'm saying? Some cases. Go ahead. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah. So, in some cases, they had horses and carts and stuff back then. So when a white man had to go to the next state to go get some slaves, she got a free for all going on, man. Who's watching? Who's gonna tell? She can do whatever she wants. She can have her pickings, man. And that's what people don't understand. Some of the white women had more slaves than the white men. And that's crazy to me. You wouldn't think it was that the way it's portrayed. You know what I'm saying? You just think it's all the white men got all these slaves. She got her own, these mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa. Yeah, so let's go into a little bit. But it was easy for them to yell rape, and we know that because they always thought we were sexual predators and stuff like that. All right, that's cool. Let's keep going. It says white women whose affairs with slaves were made known face varying degrees of public humiliation. When a planter's daughter or wife was discovered to be pregnant by a slave, great pains were taken to cover up the pregnancy. They were covering this thing up, man. They didn't want nobody to know. So what they would do is this is what they do to cover the pregnancy. The resulting child might have been sold into slavery. He either gets sold into slavery. They just send him off. You know what I'm saying? For them to avoid anybody knowing about it, they just send the baby off. Oh, are you pregnant by him? Oh, send the baby off. Baby, they wouldn't let the baby stay at the plantation. It was a few cases that they did do it. They talk about it in like a little story in here. But yeah, in some cases they did, but in most cases they sent them off. So let me see. All right. This, okay, it says according to the historian, few scholars have viewed the relationship of enslaved men and free white women through the lens of sexual abuse, in part because of gender assumptions about sexual power. This is in the keeping with both the standard feminist uh, conceptualization of rape as a tool for patriarchal oppression, as well as the traditional unfeminist notion of women as too weak, emotionally and physically, to commit serious crimes, let alone sexual abuse. And the idea that men cannot be raped, however, is becoming increasingly clear that women too were capable of committing sexual offenses and using sex as means of domination and control. So that's wild. Because like I said back earlier, 40% white women had slaves. And it was better for them to be single than to be married because they would have to merge and then the man, he's over everything. So they would rather be single and have a bunch of slaves. You know what I'm saying? I never knew that. I never knew they were rocking like that. But yeah. All right. You got a question? You good? Okay. All right. All right. What you got? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, this comes from a lot of the whole feminist movement. You know, the slavery came from a lot of the feminist movement because they couldn't do nothing. They were in the house. The white women couldn't do nothing. I mean, they could, but they didn't. They didn't cook. They didn't clean. They didn't wash their clothes. They didn't take care of the kids. That's what the slave was for. And then when they saw them undervalued, now they want a voice. You know what I'm saying? Now they want to vote. Now they want equal rights. You know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of that come from. All right. It said, let's see. It says, indeed, there were considerable documentation of white women coercing black men into having sex. According to Captain Richard J. Hinton, an abolitionist commander in the Civil War, I have never, quote, I have never found a bright-looking colored man um, whose confidences I have won, who has not told me of instances where he has been compelled either by his mistress or by white women of the same class to have a connection with him. You know what that means? One former slave told Hinton that his mistress ordered him to sleep with her after her husband died. So of course that was happening. Can you imagine? You have to go after this. Oh man, she gonna get the strongest young handsome buck out the whole pack, man, and you gotta have sex with this old wrinkly white woman. Can't tell her no. She, good. She pull the teeth out on you and everything.
Yeah.
Like, and then look, you got to understand too. At the time, white folks still don't know how to bathe, so you can they weren't even bathing back good then. They wasn't keeping themselves up like that. Oh, you can just imagine, but that won't get you big. All right, let me see where we at. Yeah, I know it, right? It said, okay, I think this is one of the instances right here. It says they knew that women slaves are subject to their father's authority in all things, and in the same cause they exercise the same authority with the men slaves. So they said this is in the book, the incidents of the life of a slave girl in 1867. This is one of the paragraphs of the book. Let me read it again from the top. It says, they knew that the woman slaves are subject to their father's authority in all things. And in some cases, they exercise the same authority over the men slaves. I have myself seen the master of such a household whose head was bowed down in shame, for it was known in the neighborhood that his daughter had selected one of the meanest slaves on his plantation to be the father of his first grandchild. It says she did not make her advances. She did not make her advances to her equals, nor even her father's more intelligent servants. She selected the most brutalized over whom her authority could be exercised with less fear of exposure. I mean, that's clear right there. She used her power. She went and got the most, per se, brutal. I ain't gonna say it was brutal, but she probably got the strongest looking brother out there. She probably got the one that was bam, bam, shit. Breaking up shit out there. She didn't want to go get the intelligent servants. She didn't want that. She didn't want them wimps. She wanted that brother out there, man. That's what she wanted. All right, let me see. It says another way in which white women would able to exercise sexual control over slaves was to by threatening to accuse them of rape. Oh man, this is a cold one right here. It says another way in which white women were able to exercise sexual control over slaves was by threatening to accuse them of rape or attempted rape if they did not agree to sex. Good night. Now, I mean, she's forcing you to do it, man. He's like, hey, because you know that was punishable by death. Saying somebody raped you or accusing a man of attempted rape, that you getting hung off the top. Ain't even no question. Ain't no trial. Ain't no nothing. Ain't no lie detector test. Ain't none of that. Ain't no DNA. Ain't no nothing. It's over with. It's over with. So, said in doing this, elite white women use one of the primary instruments of patriarchal repression, the idea that they were weak and in need of white protection, by extension in need of control and domination by white men to exercise racial control over slaves, instead of attempting to dismantle the white patriarchal hegemony, I think that's what it said, that oppressed both slaves to a lesser extent, white women, predatory white women who coerced slaves into sex through threat of rape, opted to perpetuate both white supremacy and patriarchy by reinforcing notions of female sexuality. All right, I think this is the last one. I'm gonna get on this one. What time we got? What time we got? Okay, we got about 15 minutes. All right, we're gonna get into some of the. Yeah, we're gonna get into some of these evil things these white women was doing since they so innocent. Okay, let me finish this one. This is the one we in about the sex with the slave. It says why these women chose to sexually abuse slaves probably varied by situation. Perhaps some of them were simply bored or sexually frustrated. So they in the house like, I'm bored, got nothing to do. Jeffrey is gone to the other side to go do something on another plantation. No, he out in the field doing something. She's bored. So yeah, she needs to go to Pound Town. You know what I'm saying? So he need to go to Pound Town. So then on the other end, she's sexually frustrated. She's sexually frustrated. Either the oppressor ain't giving her no good nothing, or she just not getting it at all because he's not interested. You know what I'm saying? He's not interested. I mean, how could you be? You see all our beautiful black women out there. How could you be interested in this white woman that's damn as flat as this board I got up here? Go ahead. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he gay too. He probably out there butt breaking, and she's sitting there looking like, you would do him like that, but you won't do me like that. She's sexually frustrated. Oh man, the oppressor is a punk, man. He going hard punishing the brother in the wrong way, and she's looking like, well, why I can't get that? You know what I'm saying? For all right. So she was sexually frustrated, but perhaps at least on a subconscious level, sexually exploiting slaves was a means of compensating for their lack of power in other aspects of their lives. Again, planter class women were considered the property of their husband and lacked considerable sexual agency relative to men. It says it was possible the sex exploitation of slaves by women who had little power in relation to white men was a source of enjoyment that created a feeling of power. That's right. So, they got some. Go ahead.
That's a lot of sympathy for people essays.
Yeah, yeah. That's how they was rationalizing the shit. Like, yeah, yeah. That's all they are. They were really out there abusing black men. You know what I'm saying? Because I was thinking at first, oh, they sneaking out there, they going back in. No, they were actually they were doing is worse as they was doing damn near worse than as a slave master. They was getting it when they want to, forcing them. You better do it. I'm gonna tell her. I thought they would be like, okay, if I get caught, if we get caught, then I know she gonna say, oh, he raped me. If they get caught, but she's like, hey, if you don't do it, then I'm gonna tell that you. That's that's crazy. Now that's abuse. That wasn't consensual. I can see consensual as, all right, come on, let's go on in here, Jeffro. You know what I'm saying? Don't give it to me how I want it. If we get caught now, you know I gotta go to my go-to. You know what I'm saying? You know what the go-to is. Go-to is he's raped me. I didn't know what was happening. I need help. I need protection. She was the aggressor. Goodness gracious. All right. So we're gonna get into some barbaric facts about white women and American slavery, and we're gonna get up out of here, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much long. We got about 10 more minutes. I should be able to run this down. But yeah, barbaric facts about white women and slavery, man. This wasn't no they are not innocent, man. They are devils. Just like the rest of them. Okay, go to that. I'll go ahead and read it. So there are images of American white women. She's smart enough to breed and vote, but too docile to lead and too fragile to harm. When it comes to American slavery, it's simply assumed that white women were too oppressed, too busy managing their homes, to be involved in a peculiar institution of slavery. From history books and political pundits, long and gone white men are solely held responsible for centuries of kidnapping, rape, and torture enslaved Africans were forced to endure. However, thanks to Stephanie E. Jones Rogers, author of the 2019 hit They Were Her Property, White Woman as Slave Owners in the American South, the truth is out. White women played a big part in the business of slavery. They owned, tortured, sold, and brutalized the bodies of enslaved Africans, just like most white authoritarians. So, by no means is They Were Her Property an easy read. Beside the dense college text style, which the book is written, loaded with historical facts and notes, it's a bitterly painful read. Nearly every page contains a story of an enslaved African who succumbed to circumstances at the control of their mistress. Let's go. Okay, let's see. Noting no one stopped white women from owning slaves. Nothing like it. Nothing stopped. Nothing and no one stopped white women from owning slaves, but the white men they married, or the slaves they tried to escape, or even the law. Jones Rogers used old court records and preserved wills of slave owners, and preserved wills of slave owners to prove that they were illegal systems in place of white women could contain ownership of enslaved Africans without disruption. This entire book is filled with accounts of white slave owning women who went to extreme lengths to keep ownership of enslaved Africans even post-war. One way former slave owning women held on to their former slaves was to keep them ununiformed about their free status. This proved to be an easier task in some parts of the South than in others. I mean, I can see that. I know a lot of brothers probably didn't know they was free. I'm sure a lot of brothers know they was free. I mean, how would they if the word never the word never got over there? It's like, damn, hey, are we free? Y'all niggas, man, y'all to get a brother run on, and y'all niggas know y'all free, right? I'm like, what? Then what would be the proof? You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, hold on, wait. What's the proof? Hold on. Couldn't read. You know you're free. Yeah, you know proof. It says during the war, white women went as far as stomping in Union soldier territory to retrieve the slaves they had been removed from their possession. These bold actions proved actually how invested in slave ownership these women actually were. Goodness gracious. I didn't know they did that. All right, let me see. It says black women bodies being used and discarded to breastfeed for the white woman wasn't just a thing, it was big business. It says unlike other barter exchanges, these white women did not produce enslaved wet nurses through their own labor, but they did claim ownership of their bodies and the products of wet nurses, labor, their breast milk. The narrative of enslaved people and slave owning women's personal letters and diaries attest to the existence of the informal market, and it is informally, and its informality has generally obscured it from a historian's view. Many of these black mothers had lost their newborns and needed desperately to be with them to care for them. But under the control of the white slave owning woman, their bodies had been one purpose, and that was to serve them. It says women tortured slaves like white men, broke up families like white men, and defiled the Emancipation Proclamation just like white. Let me switch to this real quick. So that's just a few things. We're gonna get into some of it. Get this real quick. All right, this is some of the cruel things they did as well, man. This is what I wanted to get into. What time we got? All right, it says the atrocities of the infamous Madame Lowry. Louisiana slave owner Madame Lowry was one of the most infamous slave owners in the state's history. The conditions she subjected enslaved people to were so heinous and despicable that even other slave owners were appalled by her actions. Journalists of the time couldn't even bring themselves to describe the awful things she did. Instead, the New Orleans Bee wrote, "We would shrink from the task of detailing the painful circumstances connected wherewith, were it not that a sense of duty renders it indispensable to do so." After Lowry's home caught on fire one day, a crowd came to fight the flames, but soon discovered something so gruesome they couldn't believe their eyes. Seven slaves more were horribly mutilated, were seen suspended by the neck with their limbs apparently stretched and torn from the extremity to the other, from one extremity to the other. The slaves were the property of the demon in the shape of a woman. It says, let me see. Okay, so this is another woman right here. What's her name? Her name is Giles Hole. It says the first appeal of the criminal conviction for cruelty to an enslaved person in Louisiana came with the case of State versus Moores. The court said the defendant beat the enslaved uh, man to death in a cruel and barbarous manner, and then and the enslaved man injuries would serve as proof. The enslaved man was not only found with a series of massive bruises and severe wounds on his thighs, loins, and other parts of his body, but he also had a large hole in his abdomen. The court described the hole as being the size of a dollar, which appeared to have been gouged out. There's a hole in his damn chest. I want to see if I can find. It says it's oh my goodness. It says enslaved woman forced to watch the beheading of her own child. A former enslaved man from Georgia recalled a horrifying story during an interview in 1937. As a part of the Works Progress Administration (WPA) Slave Narrative Project, he revealed that an enslaved woman witnessed a white woman slice her own child's head off because the baby belonged to the white man's husband. Slave woman. Damn. Go ahead.
It belongs to the white man's husband.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
So the husband had sex
Mm-hmm.
with the sister.
Yep. Yep. The woman had sex with the man had sex with the sister, and the sister had to witness her child's head being chopped off by the white woman.
So the baby was evil.
Yeah, I mean, according to us, but you know, back in the day,
You kind of tough. You don't know this.
well, back in the day, they had a 1% rule. So any part of the baby being black, they won't. That's it. Yeah.
You got eyes on
Oh, Shalom, how about you? What's going on?
Shalom. Khan Adawan Khan. Y'all about Shem Y'all Shabbat.
Lord Christ, what's going on?
Hey man, Salakia. They just let me off this plantation. You know how Master stay.
Oh yeah, we talking about the plantation right now. So.
I know. And that's why I had to get on Salakia, if I may, real quick.
Go ahead.
I saw the topic. I was like, man, this gotta be heavy because people really don't look at that she devil the way she needs to be looked at, and this is really putting that spotlight on our oppressor as a whole.
Wow.
Because you know how it's just now the whole notion of Karen is the bad guy is just recently, but them white woman tears, boy, they used to get, boy, they would soften the hardest Negro hearts, boy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you brought it out earlier in the class, because mind you, I just got on, but Salakia, it was I forgot which state it was. I think it was either Mississippi or Missouri, but I think it started with an M. One of them southern states, of course, that had slavery so heavy. But they had a law that made it illegal to kill or to unalive or maim. Well, really, it was just unalive a slave for non-disciplinary reasons, and they made that law strictly for the wives of the slave owners. Mm-hmm. They would see the you know how they would have the slave owners that would have a bed wench and had that sister that they would sleep with and have children by her. Yeah. And those children, like you said, I heard you say they would be sold off into slavery sometimes to avoid the prosecution that child will go through from being an example of her husband's infidelity. Right. And what they would do is they would maim these children. They would scratch their faces. They would drown the babies, strangle the babies, just out of spite for the husband. But what that did, understand that the law was only made for the economic loss of the husband, because you still made him lose a
Right.
slave.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I say it was more of an economic thing for him. But boy, she look like the last story I just read out with the white woman decompact, chopping the baby head off right in
Right.
front of. That, I'm like, whoa, hold on, let me make sure I read this right. I'm like, damn,
Nah,
your husband had the baby and you chopped the head. Oh man.
that's how mad, and that's the only reason these oppressors made that law, was to
Yeah.
try to deter their wives from unaliving their livestock.
Damn. Damn. Yeah. Damn. That's how they looked at it. A straight livestock. Straight
I don't
livestock.
know, and I don't know, Salakia, if they felt some type of way if their husband was out with the goats and unalived that damn goat, because
Yeah.
you know how them oppressors stay.
Yeah. Nah,
Salakia.
yeah. No. They didn't mind. They didn't mind the goat. They're like,
They ain't mind that.
yeah. They ain't mind it. That goat didn't look as good as our people. They ain't mind. They're
That's
like, oh,
right.
fucking goat. They ain't worried about this. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But yeah,
right.
that's a heavy point you brought out. That was heavy. Like I said, when I was looking at the research for it, I'm like, man, hold on. I'm about to go down a straight rabbit hole because it's more to add to it. It's definitely more to add to it. So that's a lot, man. It's a lot of atrocities these white women do. That's why I'm like, goddamn, shit, they up there. You know what I'm saying? They evil. They evil as well. But
the water to you for bringing it out, and Salakia, I yield.
oh, you're on the bar. Water. Which? I still ain't watched that. I still ain't watched that.
And Salakia, we can't hear the brother if he's speaking in the room.
Oh, you can't hear the microphone. Is it on? I probably ain't on. I ain't had a chance to watch the Django yet, man. I be trying to get around to it. Jamie Foxx and him. I don't know, man.
But yeah,
movie Django, because it looked like it's like a. Okay,
that's hey, you want to talk about how the Cavewoman? That Cavewoman in that movie. That's exactly how you bringing it out.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, you gotta check that out.
I ain't never been attracted to it. I guess I'm gonna check it out. All my brothers say I need to check it out. I'm gonna check it out. You know what I'm saying? Check it out. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how you profile. Yeah, damn right. Well, if anybody else ain't got any more comments and questions, man, I'm gonna go ahead and end the class out. If that's the wild with everybody. All right, look, man, I'm Precinct Officer Maashiala. Look, passing the class off to Precinct Officer Marvel Star. Hey, man, replace your church service with the truth. With that, I say shalom. Walk. Yeah, I'm gonna get it on. I'm gonna do another part. Okay.
ISUPK security announcements. You are the ISUPK started out on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves on the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3:8-10 means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest funds. We will offer to priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations will be the Feast of Purim. That'll be Thursday, March 13th, and Friday, the 14th of March, 2025. You can find that in Esther 9:20-31. And remember, also, we got the Passover coming up after that. You know, right here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, sir.
You know, make sure you show up, Israel. Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. You know, 2025 Passover right here in Atlanta. You know, look, you Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian, hey, you know, you welcome. Look, that's the Lord's Passover. You know, come enjoy this brotherhood. You might ask him to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, we give one courtesy salute to the men of Israel. Men of Israel, Amatu, Shabbat, Amatu, Rock, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Barak. And we say translate from Hebrew to English. If Lord bless you in the name of Christ, Yahweh, hands down. Give one courtesy salute to the sisters online. Men of Israel, Amatu, Shabbat, Amatu, Barak, Yahweh, Shema, Abam, Hashem, Yahweh. And we say translate from Hebrew to English. If Lord watch over you in the name of Christ, Yahweh, hands down, class dismissed. Yeah, go to banner. I mean, not banners, go to, media. Yeah, you definitely got to do a part 2 on that,
Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how.
I got you.
For so long you've been sighing and crying, begging for justice, and here the Lord is bringing you justice right here to your streets.
City eyes.